Have you ever noticed your body showing strange signs that you couldn't quite explain? As we grow older, our bodies start to send us messages. Some are gentle and harmless, while others are far more serious. What many people don't realize is that your body can give warning signs when the end may be near. These are not everyday aches and pains, nor the typical fatigue that comes with aging. Instead, these are clear, specific signs that doctors and health experts often point to as markers that life may be nearing its end. Today, we will walk through 7 of these signs together. As you listen, pay attention to how your body feels. Reflect on what you've noticed, and allow this knowledge to empower you rather than discourage you. By the end of this video, you'll not only know what these 7 warning signals are, but also have the wisdom to handle them with strength, acceptance, and grace. These signs are not meant to take away your hope, but to give you clarity and perspective on the precious time that remains. Before we dive deeper, I'd love to know where you're watching from and what time it is for you right now. Please share it in the comments. It always makes me happy to see our community from different places and times coming together here. Now let's get started. Sign 1. Rapid and unexplained weight loss. One of the clearest warning signals that the body may be nearing its final stage, it is sudden and unexplained weight loss. When pounds seem to melt away without any change in diet or exercise, it often means the body is no longer able to process nutrients effectively. This can happen because the digestive system slows down, the body's cells are no longer absorbing what they need, or underlying illnesses such as cancer or organ failure are at work. You might notice your clothes hanging looser or friends commenting that you look thinner, even though you haven't been trying to lose weight. While gradual weight change can be normal, sudden and sharp loss should never be ignored. It is a sign that the body is shifting its focus from maintaining strength to simply trying to survive. This kind of weight loss is often accompanied by a loss of appetite. Foods that once brought comfort may no longer seem appealing. Even favorite dishes might taste different, or you may feel full after just a few bites. These shifts are the body's way of conserving energy, and while they may seem subtle at first, together they often point to a decline that should be taken seriously. For families, it can be heartbreaking to watch a loved one shrink before their eyes. But it is important to understand that this is not a matter of willpower. It is the body signaling that it is preparing for a new stage. Recognizing this sign gives us the chance to respond with compassion and to focus on comfort, dignity, and meaningful moments rather than trying to force the body back into patterns it can no longer sustain. Sign 2. Persistent and extreme fatigue. Another powerful indicator that life may be approaching its closing chapter is a level of fatigue that goes far beyond normal tiredness. This isn't the kind of weariness that disappears after a good night's sleep or a quiet afternoon nap. Instead, it's a deep, unrelenting exhaustion that makes even the smallest task feel overwhelming. Walking across the room, holding a conversation, or simply sitting upright may feel like climbing a mountain. This extreme fatigue often happens because the body systems are gradually shutting down. The heart may be struggling to pump efficiently, the lungs may no longer deliver enough oxygen, or the blood may not carry nutrients as it once did. When this happens, the body directs its limited energies toward the most essential functions, leaving little to spare for movement, alertness, or engagement. You may also notice longer periods of sleep during the day. A person may rest for hours, wake briefly, then quickly drift back into slumber. Nights can become restless while the daytime is filled with drowsiness. The rhythm of energy and rest changes as the body conserves what little strength remains. For loved ones, it may seem as though the person is withdrawing, but in truth, the body is prioritizing survival in its own way. Persistent fatigue can also affect the mind. Clear thinking may give way to slower responses, moments of confusion, or difficulty concentrating. Conversations may trail off, or the person may prefer silence over speech. It is not a lack of interest, but a sign of the immense effort required just to remain awake and aware. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Sign 3. Noticeable changes in breathing. One of the more visible and often alarming signs that the body may be nearing its end is a significant change in breathing patterns. This can take many forms. Sometimes it shows up as shortness of breath, even when sitting still, making it hard to finish a sentence without pausing. At other times, it can appear as long gaps between breaths, or a rhythm that alternates between shallow breathing and deep gasps. Family members may even notice a rattling or gurgling sound, often called the death rattle, which occurs when the throat muscles weaken and can no longer clear fluid effectively. These shifts happen because the lungs and respiratory system are no longer working as they once did. Oxygen levels fall, carbon dioxide builds up, and the body struggles to keep balance. For the person experiencing it, there may be a feeling of heaviness in the chest or a sense that air is never quite enough. For caregivers or loved ones, watching these changes can bring worry or fear, but it is important to understand that this is part of the body's natural process of slowing down. Sometimes changes in breathing are also accompanied by cooler hands and feet, or a bluish tint in the lips and fingertips. This occurs because circulation is focused on the core organs, and the extremities receive less blood flow. While these signs can be unsettling, they are not always painful. What matters most in these moments is comfort, ensuring that the person feels at ease, supported, and cared for. Recognizing these changes is not just about identifying decline, but about giving us the chance to provide reassurance. A gentle touch, a calm voice, and a peaceful environment can help ease fear, reminding the person that they are not alone as their body makes this transition. Sign 4, withdrawal from social interaction. Another sign that often signals the body is nearing its final stage is a gradual withdrawal from people and activities. Someone who once enjoyed long conversations may now prefer short exchanges or even silence. Visits that used to bring joy may feel tiring, and the person may choose to stay in their room rather than join family gatherings. This change can be confusing to loved ones who may wonder if they did something wrong. But it is not about others at all. It is the body and mind conserving the little energy that remains. This withdrawal is often accompanied by a sense of detachment. The person may spend more time sleeping or gazing quietly, with fewer responses to what is happening around them. Hobbies that once filled the day may no longer hold interest. Even watching television or listening to music might feel overwhelming. Instead, there is a natural turning inward, as if the person is preparing for a different journey. For those who witness it, this change can feel like loss before loss, a painful reminder that life is slipping away. But it is important to understand that this is not rejection. It is the body's way of saying that peace, rest, and stillness are now more important than stimulation. Being present, offering a hand to hold, or simply sitting quietly together can provide more comfort than words or activity. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Sign 5. Significant decline in appetite and thirst. As the body approaches the end of life, one of the clearest changes is a sharp decline in both hunger and thirst. Meals that were once routine become difficult to finish. In many cases, a person may take only a few bites or sips before pushing food away. Water or other drinks might be refused altogether, not because of stubbornness, but because the body no longer signals the need. This shift happens because the body is shutting down systems that are no longer essential. Digestion slows, and the need for calories decreases dramatically. For seniors and their families, this can feel unsettling. Loved ones may try to encourage eating with favorite dishes or urge more water, only to find the effort resisted. It is important to remember that this is a natural process, not a choice made out of neglect or defiance. Often the mouth may feel dry and swallowing can become uncomfortable. Rather than forcing meals, small gestures such as offering ice chips, moistening the lips, or serving tiny portions of soft foods can bring comfort. The goal shifts from nourishment for growth to comfort in the present moment. Families sometimes struggle with feelings of guilt, fearing they are not doing enough when they see a loved one stop eating. But forcing food or drink can cause discomfort. Recognizing that this decline in appetite is part of the body's preparation can help everyone focus less on meals and more on the time shared together. Sitting beside a loved one, Offering gentle words or simply being there often matters far more than any plate of food could. Sign 6. Noticeable changes in skin and circulation. As the body draws closer to its final stage, the skin often begins to reveal what is happening beneath the surface. You may notice patches of skin that appear bluish, purplish, or blotchy, especially on the hands, feet, knees, and elbows. This is a sign that circulation is slowing, with blood being directed toward the vital organs rather than the extremities. The skin may also feel cooler to the touch, even when the surrounding room is warm. In addition to color changes, the skin can become thinner and more fragile. Small bumps may lead to bruises, and wounds may take longer to heal, if they heal at all. For seniors, this can mean that even gentle touches leave marks, and daily activities feel more delicate than before. These changes are not just cosmetic. They are indicators that the body systems are no longer repairing and renewing as they once did. Sometimes modeling patterns appear, looking almost like marbling across the skin. This is a particularly strong sign that the body is conserving its final energy for the heart and brain. Family members may find these visual shifts distressing, but it is important to understand that they are part of the body's natural progression toward closure. Providing comfort during this stage means focusing on warmth and gentleness. Soft blankets, warm socks, and a peaceful environment can bring ease. What matters most is not trying to correct these visible changes, but ensuring that the person feels cared for and secure. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Sign 7. Withdrawal and decreased awareness. One of the clearest signs that death may be approaching is when a person begins to withdraw from the world around them. Conversations that once held their interest may now feel tiring, and they may prefer silence or simply listening rather than speaking. You might notice that their responses become shorter, slower, or even absent altogether. This is not a rejection of loved ones, but rather the body and mind beginning to conserve energy for the final transition. It is also common for awareness to shift. A person may seem to drift in and out of alertness, spending more time sleeping or appearing drowsy. At times, they may speak of seeing familiar faces from their past, or even describe experiences that suggest they are preparing for a journey beyond what we can see. For families, these moments can feel confusing or emotional, but they are often part of a natural process that eases the passage toward peace. In the last days or hours, recognition may fade. Someone who once greeted you warmly may no longer say your name. While this can be difficult, it is not a sign of love lost, but of the body and spirit focusing inward. Holding a hand, speaking gently, or sitting quietly nearby can provide reassurance without demanding energy the person no longer has to give. These shifts can be painful to witness, but they also remind us that the body knows how to close its own story. Providing presence and comfort matters far more than finding the perfect words. Often, the most healing thing you can do is simply be there, offering a sense of peace and unconditional love. Final thoughts. When you step back and look at these 7 signs together, they paint a picture not of fear, but of understanding. Each change in the body, from shifts in breathing to withdrawal from daily life, is part of the natural process that comes as life nears its close. These signs are not meant to alarm, but to prepare us, giving us the wisdom to recognize what is happening so we can offer support, comfort, and love when it matters most. What stood out to you the most today? Did you recognize any of these signs from your own experiences with loved ones, or perhaps even within yourself? Taking the time to notice these patterns allows us to face the end of life with more compassion, less confusion, and a deeper appreciation for the time we still share. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.